All right, let's discuss encryption and decryption with the Caesar shift that shifts an additional space after each character. So we're trying to encrypt the word east, and we start off with a shift of 24, so A maps with Y. So I've developed a couple of wheels here to help out. Encryption going out, we have A going to Y. So our first word E, we pull up off of this, and right here, E going to C, our first letter would be C. The next one, notice A going to Y. Now this gets further shifted one more, and now A goes to Z. Our next letter A we use off of this one, and A goes to Z. So our next letter is Z. And then it shifted again. So A went to Y, A went to Z, now A is going to go back to A. So every time we go to another letter, it's like this wheel moves over one more tick. So our next letter is S, and S is going to go to S. And finally, one more shift. So now A is going to B. So from Y to Z to A to B, it just keeps shifting one more. And our last letter T, T is going to U. So C, Z, S, U would be the shift. Now, to demonstrate this perhaps a little bit differently, here I have a Caesar Cipher wheel. You can see this on the website if you wanted to use it. There's lots of these around. And we're starting off with 24, so A is being mapped to Y. There it is. A is mapped to Y. And of course, you can also do this 24 the other way. Whoops around. A is still the Y. And so from here, we would get our first letter E. On the inside is a C. And then we shift one more time. And then A is a Z. And then we shift one more time. S, east. S is an S, and then we shift one more time. T is a U. And so every time you go through a letter, you just shift. Now if you were to decrypt a letter, every time you go through a letter, you would spin the wheel back one until you finally end up back to the original. Okay, this is all great, but you might not have this kind of tool with you. So let's take a look at another approach. So the word is east. Now this is kind of slow, but important. We have A going to Y to begin. Next one, Y. Perfect. So, east. Our first one is just pretty straightforward. East. E goes to C. Now, the next letter, A, instead of going straight down, we have a Caesar shift one more. Now it's going to go to Z. It's going to skip one. And then S is going to skip 2 now. And T is going to skip 3. And then we get C, Z, S, U. So it is possible to just use one letter, and this is one alphabet with the first shift. This is something you could do on a test without that much time. Write the alphabet, write the first shift, and then know that every time you go to look for the next letter, you just move over one more to the right, and you encrypt. and one less to the left when you decrypt. So go ahead and work on this right side. This is a little bit easier, shifting one. And this is a decryption. Go ahead and pause the video and work this out. So what you should have is the word floor. All right, I hope this helps. Actually, I want to say a little bit more about this, just in case you did not get the word floor. So here I have the alphabet, and then I just copied and pasted the alphabet below so we can see A mapping to B. Now we're going backwards with the decryption. So the first letter G, there's our floor, F. Now the next letter N, normally we go up one, but the shift has happened, so now we're going left one. There's the L. Next one, R, is left 2. 1, 2, O. And then the S is 3 now, also O. And finally the W should be shifted 4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it just, what's going on? Hey, it finally worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, I hope this helps.